really cool. And we are now broadcasting live from Roku and YouTube. And we are going to go back to Facebook and go live from Facebook. Go live, everybody. Love you all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Jeff Eichen, Rodimus Perra, and the gang. We'll let some more people in. And we got it there. And we are live here. We have oh, there's our intro. Yay, our intro just came in. We'll put it in the middle of that. That looks really cool. And we will let the the guy from Squim come in. Mr. J, Mr. Justin. And so we got a short show today. I mean, not short in power and information, but we have a small breezy solo. We want Solo Breezy back. Come back, Solo Breezy. We got a small group of incredible cannabis lovers and people that believe and understand that nobody should be in jail for a plant. And today is Weeds Day, and the time is now. You can see the poster for my movie. I don't show it every week, but that's somebody in jail for marijuana, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen with the Weeds Day episode 184. Next week is Women in Weed. So come on, you women. Come on back. We love you. And, women are really great in the medicinal aspects on the planet. They take care of the children. They make evidently breast milk that is really beautiful and good and medicinal, but they also are good growers, of pot, and that's pretty cool. We have Mr. Justin here.
Hey.
And he is in the trim house because it's definitely a time of harvest all around the United States. And those of you that don't have those Insta plants that they invented a plant that will mature faster so the feds won't get them when they're in the jungles in Mexico. So the autoflowers. And so welcome, Justin. Have you met Rodimus before?
I don't think so.
So, Justin, I'd like you to meet Rodimus, and I'm going to do a little intro for Rodimus. Do you see? Oh wait, you can't see me right now. Let me get my cool software so you can see me, because I'm going to do.
Nice to meet you, Justin.
So, Justin,
Howdy.
Justin, this is Master Po on Kung Fu back in the.
No, I wasn't Master Po.
No. I'm not saying you were Master Po. What year was this your show?
Well, originally ran on ABC network between 1972 and 75.
Okay, so Justin, can you see me? Can you see our camera?
Yeah.
So this is Rodimus Perra, my buddy of 40, maybe 50 years. He's a freaking cool human, and he used to play Grasshopper on Kung Fu, Snatch the Pebble. So did you ever see that show with your family?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I mean, I was a little young for it, but I remember it. Yeah.
So here he is. He's going to read the news to us early, and he's going to wear a bald cap one of these days for us. But I'm going to start off, everybody, since we got a small group today, with our intro. So let me get right to our intro, and then we're going to do the news early because Rodimus has to leave early. So here we go. We're going to do the intro, and I'm going on a limb today, so bear with me, everybody. And we have no opinion on this. We're just sharing the news because I have to. I want to, and we'll parallel the incredibleness of the world right now and the strife that's going on with our road that we're traveling on to help to end prohibition and do the right thing. So here we go.
To Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We're broadcasting from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates from the UN Climate Summit. These are the headlines. In Gaza, Israeli tanks are pushing further into the southern city of Khan Yunis as its deadly ground assault continues and Palestinian casualties rise. The few functioning hospitals remain completely swamped with with an influx of injured people, many of them children. The WHO called the assault on Gaza, quote, humanity's darkest hour. At least 16,200 Palestinians in Gaza have been killed since October 7th. The UN's top humanitarian relief coordinator said Israel's attack in southern Gaza has been as devastating as in the north, with the apocalyptic conditions preventing the delivery of aid. Some 85% of the Gazan population has now been displaced.
We suffered from the war of cannons and escaped it to arrive at the war of starvation. Now we cannot find food. We make the food by ourselves. We divide one tomato between all of us. There is no safe place. They finish off one place at a time, and only God knows where we will end up. Are we going to be alive? Are we going to be martyrs? We do not know what our destiny is. Today I eat, but I do not know if I'm going to eat tomorrow.
Meanwhile, an Israeli military spokesperson appeared on CNN Tuesday and touted a report released this week which said the IDF killed some 5,000 Hamas fighters, which would equal roughly 2 civilians killed for every Hamas member.
You will find that that ratio is tremendously positive and perhaps unique in the world.
The comments were swiftly condemned, and the accuracy of the figures have apparently not been verified outside the Israeli military.
We should be appropriating over $10 billion for the right-wing extremist Netanyahu government to continue its current military approach. What the Netanyahu government is doing is immoral. It is in violation of international law, and the United States should not be complicit.
Despite his condemnation of Israeli violence, Sanders has refused to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. 13 House Democrats.
Episode 184, everybody. Weeds Day, Jeff Eichen. Just be nice to each other. And let's stop the warring between each other and the planet. Hemp Hemp Hooray. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here with WEEDSDAYS, episode 184. So I hope you remember the 70s. We had David Bowie, Ground Control to Major Tom, and the rest. So just remember, nobody deserves to be in jail for a joint. And love and light to all of you. And let's end this prohibition. Parade. Ooh, so much is going on for all of us in our life. Just stay nice, stay friends, and help each other. Today, my sweetie's friend is dealing with breast cancer. We will have Kirsten share her story from my movie. So everybody, it's episode 184, and that was an incredible little moment in time for us there. And I'm going to bring us back on the board here and see who else is here. We've got Russell here, we've got Rodimus and Justin. It's just not fair on the planet right now what's going on, so we need to come weekly. I'm here, I'm dedicated. Wherever I am, I'll do a show. I'll get in a back room or do it outside or in a cafe. But I don't want to travel too much because we're planning to do a show in 420 to raise the money to do the big concert, to raise the awareness that there's still people in jail for marijuana, and that marijuana is a healer. It's and we have all the dudes today. So we're like the women are the sativa and we are the indica here. So back at you. There's Mr. Russell typing away here, and so I'm just really curious as to reefer madness. People are trying to do, I don't think it's an AI thing, but it could be a lot of brainwashing still, trying to convince you that this way is right or that way is wrong or this way is this or LGBTQ, all of this stuff. Just live and let live, everybody. So Jeff Eichen promotes that. We don't take sides anymore. We just want more love, more honesty, more care, more hugs. And that's all I got. Here's my hair. I haven't cut my hair, so free the hair, free the people, free the plant. Yay!
Free the weed.
Free the weed. And we got Justin on today. Justin, meet Russell. Russell is a survivor of heart mishaps and brain injuries with cannabis and mushrooms.
Yes.
Awesome. Pleasure meeting
Hey,
you.
Brett. Nice to meet you, Brad.
And he's in Texas.
Listen, the doctors are pulling me in every which direction today, but I definitely wanted to come in and say hi. I'm healing. I asked Steve to join us. We're in the process of the book. Everything's going really well, but the doctors are pulling me. I have to go to Walgreens and physical therapy within the next half an hour. So
Okay.
I just wanted to stop in and say hi. I don't want to take anybody's time. I love you guys. Love what you guys are doing. Nobody belongs in jail for a plant. And I'm looking forward to this concert, guys.
Hey, we are the world. We are the children. Let's make a better day. What was that other line, Rodimus, that you pulled out a couple days ago?
We're saving our own lives.
And we're saving our own lives.
Man, I remember that in '85. I was a sophomore in college, and I was singing it, hollering. That was a great Christmas. We are the world. That was awesome.
Oh my God.
I'm feeling old, guys. But listen, it's great to see everybody. Like I said, thank you for keeping me involved. I'm healing. I'm doing big things. We're reaching out. We're talking to different people. We are spreading the word.
And I talked to
like I said,
I talked to Steve, by the way, and we're gonna take the book and turn it into your documentary. And I'll be in charge. We'll have some more DPs come in, and we'll raise the money. We'll raise $500,000 and do a really fancy movie.
well, we have a hell of a team, guys, and it's great because the main reason we all came together was the plant.
Oh yeah, back in the day, I was a late bloomer. My friend who smoked with me for the first time flipped his Volkswagen Bug on Newport Boulevard when I was 17, and Chris died that day. But I went to his house and he got me high for the first time, and we went to my dock and smoked out. But we were like in the garage all the time with little apples with holes in the apple. You would take a big pen and you would go boop, boop, and you put the pot on one end and you light it and smoke it through the apple. And it was like apple pot.
I want to share something, Jeffrey. The first time that I got high was in 1977, and you can relate. 1977 on Acapulco Gold. It had no seeds. And I remember we were listening to Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. It was the best day. I fell in love with marijuana.
Wait. Can you see there's a little bit of marijuana in there in that jar? Okay. And this is my show. I can do anything I want on my show, but I'm going to show you this. And the reason that it's clear because I have green screen on, but if I didn't have green screen on, that little green tag way back here. Wait, I'm going to open it up. Can you smell it? That's Acapulco. That's Acapulco Gold. Justin,
I grew it.
Justin, you know where we can get Eddie, you know, or
Well, you know, I grew that one 2 seasons ago because I got a deep love and respect for that legendary strain. But you know, I change them every year. Right now, we're pulling apart Pink Starburst.
Beauty.
Yeah, it is a beauty. It's lovely. It's a different one. But
Hey.
yeah, man, there's a lot of good work going into cannabis, and you know, it all started with these land races like Acapulco Gold. They came from, they naturalized all over the world, right?
Well, guys, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go do my medical things. Thank you for letting me join. I love those plants, bro.
okay, bring Steve on next time and love you.
Man. Wishing you the best.
Got it. Love you guys back. Have a wonderful week.
Okay,
You're well, friend.
okay. Justin, tell us a little bit about the soil that you use. Tell us about the soil.
The soil for the greenhouse
Yeah,
or for the farm?
just what's a good I mean, we feel like we're in a little cave here. You know, I mean, just one tip about soil.
One tip about soil. Okay, how about this? People use different things to aerate their soil because, you know, if a soil is too dense and you don't have enough oxygen in there, then the plants aren't going to grow as nice. And so, one of the ways people lighten up their soil is with vermiculite and perlite.
So that makes them more fluffy. That makes them more fluffy.
That's right. It makes an aerated soil. It helps to lighten the soil so that the roots, so there's more air in there, and the roots have an easier time cruising around and getting established. But vermiculite and perlite can have heavy metals in them, and
So you have to source it properly. You have to source your vermiculite properly.
no, you have to fucking never buy vermiculite, Jeff. You need to buy volcanic pumice is what it's called, and it functions the exact same way as perlite and vermiculite, but it doesn't have the heavy metal content. And it's also a really affordable product. You can get it in different grades. So what you do, if you're gonna buy a pre-mixed type of potting soil, chances are more than 9 out of 10 it's gonna contain vermiculite or perlite. And fuck that. So you gotta go ahead and mix your own if necessary. And you're gonna mix that in. The other thing you're gonna do in a potted plant, you have that volcanic pumice.
Mm-hmm.
You don't only mix it in to the soil to lighten it, but the bottom of your pot is pure. I run pure pumice down there.
Okay.
The reason is you want really excellent drainage down there, right? So you don't get stagnation and anaerobic activity with bad drainage. But here's what happens: it doesn't just help it drain nicely. You know, at the end of a grow, if in pots, if you're in pots, you pull the plants out of the pots, and typically you'll see a whole bunch of root-bound mass at the bottom of the pot. If you have a few inches of volcanic pumice down there instead of just soil, it drains beautifully. It's almost like a pseudo aquaponic situation. The root growth you have at the bottom of your pot, where it's just pumice, is the best root growth in the entire pot, and it'll make you go, "Whoa, this is good stuff. I should be doing this." So yeah, that's definitely a soil amendment that's worth knowing about and worth using.
Justin, is it the red? Is it the red pumice? Is it red?
It's white. It's white, and it comes graded. I don't use the chunk. There's kind of 3 grades. I don't use the chunkiest grade very much. Sometimes I'll use that on the bottom. Usually the medium grade is what I like. I do big or medium on the bottom, and then medium or small in the matrix.
Medium, about pea size, like green peas. Is it that size?
Yep.
That's
exactly.
cool. It makes sense. It makes sense because I have a 5-gallon plant right now, and the soil I didn't pumice the bottom this year, and the soil's a little bit tight, and the plant got a little bit discouraged from that, from being so fluffy.
Hey Justin,
Yeah.
Is that also why? Is that also why like Hawaiian weed used to be like the best back in the day before things got so hydroponic and everything? People were growing, people were sourcing from Thailand, from Mexico, from different places, and Hawaiian was supposed to be like some of the best. Is it because it also grew in a pumice type situation? Do you think?
Volcanic.
Well, I think it's because it grew in that volcanic soil, which is incredibly rich and has super great mineral content. It's funny though because it's actually, Hawaiian soils are very clayey. So what they don't have is good drainage and aeration, with pumice. So that's a different volcanic part of the volcanic ingredients. But what they do have is incredibly rich soil because of that. And so I think that's where we get all that good Hawaiian cannabis.
Excellent.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Maui. Oh, wowie. So, well, cool, you guys. Why don't we agree that it's the holidays, everybody, and I'm going to get.
I agree that it's the holidays.
That during the holidays we want to go to freedomgrow.org, everybody, and sign some of their letters, everybody. Sign some of their petitions and their letters to get to the prisoners. They love reading holiday letters. Tell them that candy canes are coming their way and gingerbread houses. And, what's your favorite movie? I watched that one with the BB gun the other day where the dad gets the lamp with the leg on it, A Christmas Story. So that was pretty fun. But it is the holidays, everybody. So put your heart in the right place and send a letter this holiday to a prisoner. And the best portal that I know is Freedom Grow, and they're going to help us with our prisoner faction when we get going. Last week we had Vivian from HempFest. He's committed to having a finger in the pie and helping us to get the concert going. And so just look out for us. I was supposed to be at MJ Biz this weekend with Dina. I didn't even know Dina was there, Rodimus, and Dina was there. She lives there. And so I would have gone, but it's okay. I'm going to keep my energy clean so I can be strong like bull to make this happen. And so we're really excited, everybody. The holidays are here. The families are broken when their dad or their mom is in jail for plant for 30 years. It's a broken, fucked up system, everybody, that we're talking year after year after year. You see Jack Harrer right here? That's Jack, and that's my father right there. But Jack was the first guy who, I have his book right here. Well, I did. And he wrote the book on helping to end prohibition. And he would scream at the top of his lungs, why is anybody in prison for something I did 10 minutes ago? So I'm going to get us to the news so Rodimus can get out of here because he's got to leave at the top of the hour. And so why don't we do some news right now? Are you ready, Rodimus? Okay.
Ready.
Okay, let me get our little share screen on, and we'll do a total incredible video here of da 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 da. It's the news, everybody. WEEDSDAYS, episode 184. Yeah, baby. So take it away, Rodimus. Let me get some technology going on here and come back to us. Here, let's see if I can do this in a manner of incredibleness. Take it away, Rodimus.
Right. Thanks. This is Rodimus Goodman Hurrah, with the Canocracy Now news. So I find it a pleasure and a duty to share the news and be part of WEEDSDAYS as often or as until we end 420 prohibition. So Let's see. Ohio's Republican lawmakers are divided on whether residents should grow marijuana at home, setting up a dispute about a month after voters approved a legal marijuana law in the state. On Monday, Republicans in the Ohio Senate introduced changes that would eliminate growing marijuana at home, increase taxes, and change who gets the money for marijuana tax revenue. But on Tuesday, Representative Jamie Callender, a Republican from Concord, introduced a different bill that would keep homegrown intact. Thank you, Republican Jamie Callender, for doing something un-Republican-like, but maybe you're one of those good Republicans. Anyway, Callender said he's not interested in a middle ground on that issue. I think the middle ground is we do what the people voted and told us to do, which is 6 plants per person and 12 per household. Wow, so nice to hear that coming from a Republican. Golly. The GOP squabble comes after Ohio voters approved legalizing adult use marijuana 57 to 43% last month. The law goes into effect December 7th. Attempts to revise that legal marijuana program are playing out amid an internal fight over who will lead the Ohio House of Representatives next. So that's that's obviously political wrangling, and we've got somebody in there who's at least trying to do what the voters voted. The Ohio people voted for 6 plants per person, 12 plants per household, and now these people are trying to mess with it for their own political, personal, career agendas. And this one Republican is going, no, that's not how we do things here. This was voted in. That's what the people wanted. Let's do what the people wanted. That's what I think real politics should be about. But anyway, so that's what's going on in Ohio. Just after, they had a whole other approval law that they passed. And so, why mess with it? This is the people what the people voted for. All right, moving on here. It makes me so upset. All right, so let's see. Among the proposed changes in calendars, House Bill calendars, the person who wants people to be able to still grow it at home, it adds guardrails on growing marijuana at home to prevent Ohioans from combining their plants into a mega farm. Well, that makes sense. The House would not change issue 2's language, allowing 6 marijuana.
Right, a mega farm at somebody's house.
Yeah, the House would not change issue 2's language, allowing 6 marijuana plants per individual and 12 per household. State Republicans proposed eliminating home growth entirely. Adds a 10% tax on marijuana cultivators in addition to the 10% tax on marijuana sales. Callender said he's open to changes. The Senate has proposed a 15% tax on both. So this Republican guy is, trying to keep things reasonable. Good for him. Anyway, distributes marijuana tax revenue with 36% to social equity programs run by counties, 36% to municipalities with marijuana dispensaries, and 12.5% to the 988 suicide and crisis lifelines, 10% to county jails for mental health treatment, and 3% to state departments to administer the marijuana program, and 2.5% to a substance abuse and addiction fund. It should be a little higher than 2.5%, but progress, not perfection. Also to apply Ohio's tobacco smoking bans to marijuana as well. Sure, I agree with that too, because if you're going to be out in public and you can't smoke a cigarette, well, you know what? Why should you impose your marijuana on other people too? So that makes sense too. What's fair for one smokable should be for all smokables, because it's our lungs, and we have the right to choose not to inhale what we don't want to inhale out in public. And finally, applying Ohio's restrictions on advertising tobacco to marijuana as well. Yay, I think that's probably okay too. Marijuana needs no advertising. All right. Next story here. Denver, Governor Jared Polis and a group of state governors sent a letter to President Joe Biden on Tuesday expressing hope, unquote, that marijuana will be rescheduled by the end of the year. Polis was joined in the letter by governors of Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, New York, and New Jersey. In the letter, the governors noted that the Department of Health and Human Services has recommended that the Drug Enforcement Administration, also known as the DEA, reschedule marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Schedule 3. This would move the drug to a less restrictive category under federal law. We hope that the DEA will follow suit and reschedule cannabis to Schedule 3 this year, given that 88% of Americans are in favor of legalization for medical or recreation use, the governor's letter states. Rescheduling cannabis aligns with safe, regulated product that Americans can trust. Cannabis is currently a Schedule 1 drug listed among those considered to have no accepted medical use and have a high potential for abuse. This makes marijuana classified on the same level as heroin, LSD, sadly, MDMA, and psilocybin mushrooms. Boo. Boo for that Schedule 1 for all those except for heroin. Heroin should be Schedule 1, and everything else on that list should be 3. All right. Schedule 3 drugs are defined as having a moderate to low potential for physical and psychological dependence. They currently include ketamine, anabolic steroids, testosterone, and acetaminophen with codeine, also known as Tylenol 3, I believe. What marijuana rescheduling would do: federal rescheduling would allow cannabis-related businesses to take ordinary tax deductions like any other business, according to Polis's office. The cannabis industry generated an estimated $30 billion in sales revenue in 2022 and is estimated to generate over $71 billion by 2030, the governor's office said. According to the Colorado Department of Revenue, the state has collected $232.9 million in tax revenue for marijuana sales from January through October of this year. Last year, the state collected $325.1 million. The governor's letter recognized that 38 states have created state markets and regulatory systems. This policy will solidify the state-regulated improvements that have governed safely for more than a decade, the governors wrote. Most significantly, it will benefit our constituents by further protecting public health and safety. State programs have also delivered $15 billion in tax revenue to states for use in education, law enforcement, and other gubernatorial priorities that have been historically underfunded. The governors also said that regulated cannabis markets are safer than alternatives. Quote, rescheduling cannabis to a Schedule 3 protects Americans from more dangerous drug use, the governors declared in the letter. Products sold in the state legal cannabis marketplace are significantly safer than myriad alternatives, including opioids. Cannabis access is also associated with reduced rates of opioid use and abuse, opioid-related hospitalizations, opioid-related traffic fatalities, opioid-related drug treatment admissions, and opioid-related overdose deaths. While opioids killed more than 80,000 people last year, cannabis use killed no one. In our 50 states, we have seen firsthand the devastation borne by the opioid epidemic. Families torn apart, kids left without fathers and mothers, jobs lost forever, communities in tatters. Thoughts and prayers are not enough, the governor's letter continued. We need real resolutions to our addiction epidemic. Let me again repeat, these are the governors of the states of, where are that list again? Oh, several states there. Where were they? Well, I can't find it right now. Darn it. In any event, that's several states. These are governors from several states. So cool. All right. Other well-known street drugs like cocaine, fentanyl, oxycodone, and methadone are classified as Schedule 2 drugs, meaning that they have medically accepted uses, but with a high potential for abuse and/or addiction. I also want to say that if this becomes a federal mandate, that also means that banks will be able to allow cannabis producers, cannabis industry to actually have much easier access to federally guaranteed bank accounts. And this has been a big problem for states because there's been a lack of federal rescheduling. It would make people's livelihoods and businesses much safer. They wouldn't have to carry as much cash around, and they would be able to use banks, and the banks would have no problem letting people bank with their marijuana income. All right, that's it for the Canocracy Now news. Okay,
Canocracy.
Goodman Parra. Thank you.
Okay, well,
Hey, thanks for that.
We'll go share this news spot with Amy Goodman. So we had Amy Goodman on today. We had Rodimus Goodman on today. And, my take on the whole thing is descheduling is not the answer. It's re-legalizing it that's going to end our prisoners to come home, because you deschedule it and the prisoners are still going to stay in. So we've already thought this out on my side. I think we need 12 people in a room that are elders and some young people also to do a forum and a little what do you call it when round table where we can really have one rule for the whole country, and every state does the same thing, and we re-legalize marijuana is my take on it. Again, I normally don't take sides on just about anything on my show, everybody, but it's Jeff Eichen, episode 184. It's Weeds Day today. Thank you so much, Rodimus, for reading the news. It's really fun and gives me a break. And we have Justin here from Squim, Washington, down the street from me. I'll see you, Justin, on Friday for our film shoot, and that's going to be fun. So we're carrying on here and talking about ending the legalization, the illegalization of the wacky weed and of marijuana and hemp. We need to grow. Here's a hempcrete example. We need to make houses out of hempcrete. Justin has a alternative house home that he built, and so here's plastic. Here's hemp plastic, everybody. That's a hemp plastic thing that I got at in Colorado last year, and I'm trying to make my next album, the compilation, printed, 3D printed on hemp plastic. We just need to get it started, get this party started, and then re-legalize marijuana. Just take it off, not deschedule it, take it off. What do you think, guys?
I think that's a fine idea, Jeff.
That's a fine idea.
Absolutely. You know what I think's interesting too is I'd be curious, is anybody in federal prison for hemp right now?
That's a great question. That is a great question. I bet you Chris Boucher would know. Chris would know.
You know, something that really stuck with me when I went down to Las Vegas 5 or more years ago to the cannabis show there was how absolutely little, almost non-existent cannabis products and services were there on display that didn't have to do with marijuana. I know that's what we're mainly talking about here, but
well, we've got the whole world of the
years, but guess what? It's still a total joke. Like, Jeff, I know that you wear some hemp clothing, and that's a good job. I have a couple pieces.
That's my vest, right here.
We all know what it can do. You know what I'm saying? You talk about it all the time. We all know that it can do pretty much fucking everything. But what are the other things, keeping hemp from making inroads in industry? Like, why is it so fucking like I've got a hemp teepee. I'm putting it up this spring on a deck I built this year. But you know what? I spoke with the woman that made it. She's the seamstress. She didn't fabricate the fabric. The hemp fabric she got from China. But she told me when I spoke with her to get some pointers about setting it up that she's not doing the hemp teepees anymore because the cost has gone so incredibly high. And I wish I remembered her reasons or her theory for why the cost had gone so high. But I'm sitting here going, man, where's the sea change? We even have commercial legal hemp in this country. So where's my fucking hemp sheets? Where's my hemp clothes and my curtains and my house and my plastic? Like, what's going on? How come you can't see it anywhere?
Do you think, Justin, do you think it might have something to do with the federal banking system?
100% I do. But it's interesting because, and maybe it's just all small and localized still, but look at the medical marijuana, or look at marijuana now. Like, there's plenty of it, and there's a lot of diversity, and they're having to deal with cash, like you say, because they can't deal with the normal banking system. They're still super successful, some of them, and they're super popular. I mean, people love this stuff. I guess it's easily arguable that it's more interesting and easy to support, marijuana than it is, hemp industry generally. But I just, I'm just thinking as a consumer here, and I'm looking around going, where the fuck is any?
Justin, your point is well taken, but I don't mean to. Well, I am, I guess, playing slightly devil's advocate here by saying that supply and demand. It has to do with people being educated, like you and me and Jeff, and the people watching this. we know that these products are possible. We know that they're being produced in small amounts, but they're only expensive right now and hard to get because of the fact that there's not enough people demanding it. When demand goes up, when people realize, oh, you mean I can have all my office products, all my inks and papers and all that stuff that we use in an office, that can all be hemp products? Oh, you mean in a construction site, everything could be, just about everything could be hemp, you know? People don't know that yet, unfortunately. Not enough people, I should say, to create demand. Once the will of the people is there, these things will materialize, no pun intended. So that's what I think is the answer to your question.
That's nice. I respectfully disagree simply because we have a demand and interest in so many different things that many of us know are healthier for ourselves and for the world. But why aren't they here? It's because they remain illegal, they remain unsubsidized, right? They get bought up and then killed and shelved, never again to be used. It doesn't mean that people didn't know about it or have interest. It means that the industrial and legal and political apparatus in place does not want that to have a chance. And in my opinion, that's where we're at still with cannabis.
Yeah.
They don't want.
You're right, Justin. It's like the lumber industry is keeping hemp from becoming a construction material because the lumber industry is just dominating, and they have incredibly deep pockets and hundreds, if not thousands, of lobbyists in all the government office. I mean, all the capitals of all the states in the U.S. They're making sure that the politicians are voting for those things that the lobbyists are telling them to vote for and paying them, giving them little perks to vote for. So that's a really crooked system that is also another thing that we're all up against. So that's another.
Well,
Indeed.
and cotton is one of the dirtiest industries on the planet.
Took the word out of my mouth, Jeff. That's right behind the lumber industry.
Yeah,
So
cotton is one of the dirtiest industries on the planet. For the people that are growing it, they're breathing the glyphosates, they're breathing the pesticides that are going into our Mother Earth and our soul, everybody. And marijuana is and hemp is super clean, and it doesn't need all of that. It's got a built-in pesticide program for itself. We know that. We know we need 1 million acres. So that's why we wanted Donald on. Donald is from the Lakota hemp tribe. They're doing Lakota hemp in Lakota, down in South Dakota, and we want.
Look what hemp's doing, Jeff. I haven't gotten an update for a while.
They're doing great, and they visited Justin Rodimus. There are people here from Washington State, and they're indigenous friends of ours that go down to Lakota, and they're trying to work with some really deep pockets for the hemp industry and grow 1 million acres so they can make paper, fiber, fuel, medicine, food, and now hempcrete. So that's what Jack used to say. Jack Harrer, right there in my picture, he would get up on stage and he would say, paper, fiber, fuel, medicine, and food, and now plastic, and now hempcrete. And then Tommy Chong.
Here's what I want to tell you, Jeff.
Yeah.
We want it federally legal. You know what else? Like hemp, we want marijuana federally legal. You know what else we're gonna have to do? Like we're talking about, there is interest, there is demand, so to speak. But I'm gonna go ahead and argue that we're gonna have to. It's a multi-pronged thing, right? We're gonna do this locally, and we're gonna do it nationally. But we're not waiting. And if we have to be a community that comes with our own resources of time, energy, and capital, then that's what we're going to have to do. Because
believe you me, I'm going to have to get on an airplane here pretty soon and start traveling the country to bring these people on board, so we can finance this party, because the lobbyists keep the guns going. And I'm not anti-guns, but I'm just saying is that we need to get our priorities straight and stay in our lane, and end prohibition.
Our lane.
I gotta go, Jeff.
Okay.
I got one for you, Jeff. We need to revisit this. Oh God, you got to run.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So I got to run. Nice to meet you, Justin. I look forward to speaking with you again. You've got a lot to say and a lot to share and a lot to help people understand more. So please keep coming back here and share some more. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I got to run. See you. Thank you.
Likewise, a pleasure. Thank you.
Wait, Rodimus, give us three. Give us three here. Give us three. 1, 2. Give us three, Justin. Give us 3 fingers,
You
Justin.
got 3?
No, forward. No, turn your hand around. There you go. No gangers. Okay, I got it. All right, thank you, Rodimus. Thanks for reading the news, and we got more stuff today. We'll hang out with Justin for a minute. Yep, that was freaking grasshopper.
I got one for you, Jeff.
Huh?
Can we please revisit your friend down in Cali or the Southwest who was getting the decorticator? Can we talk about that again? Because I'm telling you right now, the big dream for Big Barn Farms got a lot of big dreams. But if I'll tell you right now, if we found a way to get a decorticator up here, you're going to see some fields of the hemp up here at Big Barn Farm.
Well, right, but we need more acreage though. We need more acreage.
You know, don't though, Jeff, and I'll tell you why. This is the if you build it, they will come. What we got to do is do it ourselves and tell all our other friends that we're doing it, and they're gonna grow some fields too, right?
Okay.
You're right. You're totally right. We do need more fields than I have. I only have a 15-acre farm.
Well, I hear Montana's doing a big grow. I heard Montana's doing a big hemp grow, and we can bale it and bring it to our decorticator if we get one. I'll bring him on.
Jeff, but what I'm telling you is I have a 10,000 square foot barn, and I'm going to be here for some more decades, okay?
Right.
And if I whether it's food or medicine, whatever species it is, most especially cannabis, my goal out here at this farm is to become not just a producer, but a processor of edibles and medicinals. And so what that means is I have the space, right? I have this beautiful barn.
Right.
What it means is we need the industrial equipment.
Right.
We don't need to run off to someone else's. I want to create what we're missing on this peninsula.
Well, I've got the network for you. Now that you're opening that door, let's go further at our next visit for sure. And I'll bring him back on. And he's
now. Does he own one, Jeff?
He does not own one. He has access to bringing them here to America, and then he finances them.
Okay, and do you have just a recent ballpark of what those cost these days?
Well, I knew about 20 years ago a decorticator was $1 million.
No, it wasn't, bro.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no. Okay, anyway, I was just, that's just for fun, shooting out the gun. It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever it takes, he can help. He is the industrial dude on our team.
Well, it'd be really great to bring him back on because I'm telling you, I feel pretty strongly about the fact that, like your friend out in Kingston, if you have the equipment, I've produced a lot of stuff out here. But if you can't do a value add, if you can't produce a product that's usable in a different way than just a raw product, you're really missing a lot of good opportunity for everybody.
It's about walking the walk.
That's what I'm doing every day, sir. And the next step I'm telling you for this whole peninsula is processing power, little processing hubs. All these agriculturalists out here growing all this beautiful food and medicine, they need some backup processing it. And speaking specifically to cannabis, if we had a decorticator at Big Barn Farm, it could service this entire peninsula, man. It'd be awesome.
Well, let's see where he's at and what stage and what it takes to do that, and we'll go to the next level. And I'll see you Friday. I'm going to share something with everybody for a minute here. This is Kirsten, and Kirsten is from my movie. Justin, I think you've met Kirsten before. Have you met Kirsten? Yeah, you met Kirsten.
I sure have.
You sure have. Yeah. And her whole conglomeration. So I'm going to share my screen with you all here. Sit back, Justy, and take it easy for a minute because I've got a little bit of my movie, and we're going to share Kirsten's what her actual road to recovery was with breast cancer. And this is for my sweetie and her and one of her mates, her friends, has told us that she is stricken early. They found it early onset breast cancer. So we'll start the movie a little bit, then we'll go into Kirsten here. See if we can get this down here. My movie I made in 2016, everybody. Jeff Mazansky is home free. I'm going to talk to you in just a second. Featuring Tommy Chong. So everybody, I'm going to take you to this next spot that I have brought up here. That's Chris and Mickey, and they totally produced the first book on jail prisoners and inspired me to make my movie and be where I'm at today. So listen to them, and then Kirsten, and Kirsten's going to tell you all what assisted her to get better. Hang on, Robert. Nature is the pharmacist. So everybody, this is Jeff Eichen with episode 184. I'm talking to Thailand actually on my phone right now. We've got our beautiful, beautiful friend. You want to say hi to the audience? You're live.
Hi, audience.
Say hi, audience.
Hi, audience.
Say hi, audience.
How's it going?
And tell
Hi,
us.
audience.
And tell us a little bit about the plant medicine and how that's healing you and helping you, because alcohol sucks and marijuana doesn't, and it's way safer, and nobody should be in jail for a plant. That's what our show's about.
Well, I'll drink to that, but I'm going to drink some ginger ale instead of any alcohol. I got off of alcohol this year. That I've been addicted all my life. I got off of it on a mushroom, on a microdose of mushroom. That's legal. And that's amazing. I feel stronger in myself. I just sent you some things, Jeff, on your messenger.
Okay.
In fact, I can read this if people are listening.
Sure. Go ahead and read it.
This is like the most. Amanita muscaria is the queen of mushrooms. She helps you feel grounded and connected to your truth. This is like a truth drug. Like, I feel that for sure. So it keeps you grounded and connected to your truth when the world around you seems chaotic. Think of Amanita like a supportive friend, lifting you up when you're down, letting you know everything will be okay, and encouraging you to show up in the world as your authentic self. Some people call Amanita the now mushroom. This is because she helps you release traumas and guilt from the past, as well as anxiety about the future, so you can live in the present moment. It is in the now where magic exists, where opportunities present themselves and synchronicities flourish. If you work with Amanita long enough, you may also notice that you are able to manage your emotions and actions more easily. This is no accident. Amanita helps raise your consciousness and claim your inner power, giving you the strength to make decisions more easily and create the life you truly desire. I've been now on this for 6 months, and my life has been transformed. I've also lost 11 pounds in the last 6 months because I've been able to cleanse a lot easier than, like, I have a lot more emotional strength than I've ever had before. So blessed be to nature for her, the pharmaceuticals that are on this earth that we live on.
Well, you heard what Kirsten said. Nature is the pharmacy.
It really is. And you know, who was it that created the AMA or whatever it was? Whoever it was that created that, you know, and then they try to push out natural things, and only things they can make money on are illegal now. That's ridiculous.
Well, aspartame and fake sugar kills you, and real sugar does not.
Right, but sugar, I'm not going to push sugar at all.
No, but I'm just saying, for example.
Absolutely, yeah. Coconut palm sugar is sweet, and it's much better than white sugar. And mixed along with some freshly squeezed ginger juice makes a heck of a ginger ale.
Well, kombucha ho, dude, with the Mushroom Planet and Mycelium Network. This is my friend Rod from America, now in Thailand. Say one last hello and holiday wish for the prisoners in jail for marijuana. We're live right now around the world. This is your opportunity to say something to the prisoners during the holidays. Say that we're coming for them.
Yes, like on the, what is that game? Boardwalk?
Monopoly.
You know, give you a Monopoly. I present you with your get out of jail free card. It shall be happening, because it's not right for anybody to be jailed for a plant from nature.
Yay! Here's a whistle for you. So everybody, we're on episode 184. We're talking to Thailand. I mean, everybody calls me up. I had Ruben call in last week from Alabama in jail, in prison. He called on the prison phone and he was on our show, and I'm going to go visit with him. So let's heal everybody. I'm at the top of the hour. And why don't you say hi to Thailand, Justin? Say hi.
Hey, Justin here in Squam, just down the road from Jeff, doing that cannabis thing.
Justin is harvesting right now.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. You know, I do appreciate that Washington green.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sirree.
Well,
smoking beats drinking any day.
Marijuana is safer than alcohol for sure. I have that T-shirt. I'm not wearing it today, but I got it. So everybody, we're at the top of the hour. It's 10 after. It's almost 1:11. There you go. It's 1:11 for our show. That's a good time to do a recap of our show today. We talked a little bit about the war in the Middle East, and we heard Amy Goodman. We heard Rodimus Goodman read the news today about them changing the laws in Ohio, and they just legalized it like 6 weeks ago, and now they want to take it away from them, the home grow, and it's a fucking bullshit. And you're on episode 184, everybody, with Jeff Eichen. I love you all, and I'm just gonna stay on my highway to ending prohibition. That's what Jack Terror wanted. And the MJ BizCon just happened, and I talked to Dan, Jack's son. He's on the road to help to end prohibition through his dad's amazing beginning of his dad's life. Dedicated his whole life writing the book Emperors and cruising through LA and the whole United States to end prohibition. And look, we're doing better, but we got more to go. So I've got the Prisoner Project here, the Last Prisoner Project, on my little thing here. So I'm gonna enlarge this little Last Prisoner Project here. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can get this bigger. And there we go. So Free Robert Deals, retired Air Force veteran, currently serving 18 years in prison for cannabis. And there's his picture.
Oh my God.
There's his picture. Join the fight in Arizona to Free Robert Deals. So it's # Free Robert Deals with the Last Prisoner Project. We love you, Last Prisoner Project. We love all the projects, and it's the holidays, everybody. We'll have one more show before Christmas, but get your letters to the prisoners through freedomgrow.org, everybody. And they'll love to hear from you. Go online, and I believe they do have a portal where they'll print them out and mail them. And Stephanie Landa, we love you and everybody else in the industry that's making the prisoners' holidays less lonely. So I'm going to roll out of here with our outro here, everybody. Justin, thank you. Hemp Hooray. Any final words, Justin?
Hey, sure. Listen, my heart going out to everybody still incarcerated for this magical plant that can help save the world and humanity. And, the fight and the support are going to continue. And, I'm doing my part out here. Anybody hearing this show as well from my house. I'm out in Squim, Big Barn Farm. Come say hello sometime. We're just living the dream, starting locally, acting globally. Let's get it. Big love to everybody. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
So you know what, everybody? Think global, act local. Love you, Justin. Love you, Rod. And we're gonna now share my screen, and then I'm going to go straight to our outro. And whoops, it's a technology kind of day. And here we go. Let's get our outro. And that's not the right one. 184. I guess we'll use that one. So why not use that one? Let's see here.
Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We're broadcasting from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates from the UN Climate Summit. These are the headlines. In Gaza, Israeli tanks are pushing further into the southern city.
Starvation. Now we cannot find food. We make the
They touted a report released this week which said the IDF killed some 5,000 Hamas fighters, which would equal roughly
So
not been verified
bunch of
outside.
bullshit. I'm just scrubbing through that.
It is in violation of international law, and the United States should not be complicit.
Despite his condemnation of Israeli violence, Sanders has refused to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. 13 House Democrats.
Episode 184, everybody. It's been a pleasure, and I'll do it if there's people on my channel or not, no matter what, every week from somewhere. Smoke that Doja. Thank you. That's Smokeahonis Jane. And let's stop the warring between each other and the planet. Hemp Hooray. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here with WEEDSDAYS, episode 184. So I hope you remember the 70s. We had David Bowie, Ground Control to Major Tom, and the rest. So just remember, nobody deserves to be in jail for a joint. And love and light to all of you. And let's end this prohibition. Parade. So much is going on for all of us in our life. Just stay nice, stay friends, and help each other. Today, my sweetest friend is dealing with breast cancer. We will have Kirsten share her story from my movie. So everybody, that's all I got for you today. It's been a great show. I'm going to shut it down on all stations here. We're on Roku. We're on YouTube. Let's get 1 million hits. We don't have an incredible viewership yet, but we are getting there, and we're going to go see Ruben Ruiz and Edwin. We're going to go see Edwin as soon as we get the papers back from them. I signed them 2 weeks ago. Let's get it going. And free Robert Deals and everybody else in jail that's still in jail for the freaking plant. Let's not deschedule it. Let's re-legalize it. So it's Jeff Eichen here, Hemp Hooray, and that's all I got. I'm out. Love you all. Remember, 3, 2, 1. 3 is the weed sign. That's 3 fingers. That's the new peace sign. 2 is a peace sign, and S schedule 1. So Hemp Hooray. Holidays, should I say happy holidays? Well, get happy because we're going to end prohibition together in my lifetime. Let's go for it. Love you all. Peace out. That's it. So now I'm going to go to my other portals and shut you down. And it's been really a pleasure on my StreamYard here. StreamYard, we love you. And I'm going to come back here and say, StreamYard, it's been a pleasure this day. I'm not going to leave this on this time and walk away and 3 hours later come back. And we're still rolling. So I'm going to turn off my back office. And one day, with enough sponsors, we're going to have somebody that's going to do it for me and run my TV shows. So it's Jeff Eichen here. See you later. Roku, StreamYard, and YouTube. Oh, and Facebook. Hemp Hooray.